Burnett Johnson was killed. He was our main suspect for the murders 19 years ago. Kate and I got the news and rushed to the crime scene. The entrance to the Johnson & Co. is already lined with squad cars when we get there. What do you think, Jay? About why Johnson was killed? Uh-huh. Wonder if we had anything to do with it. Looking into his past like that might have set someone off. Can't rule it out, and if that's true, Providence must be behind this murder. He might have panicked when it looked like we'd find out his identity, so he killed Johnson to keep him quiet. There should be something at the crime scene that can give us some answers. Right. I'm sure the cops didn't want us near the crime scene, but I've got to find out what happened there. Detective Martinez is here. Detective Martinez? Huh. What are you doing here? This ain't your scene, Weaver. No, I think it is. The man we've been questioning was killed. And I'd like some details. When were you questioning Mr. Johnson? Just yesterday. We got him to admit a connection to the killings 19 years ago. Burnett Johnson was a former detective. He was put on the Charles Smith murder at the Grand Park Garage. But his involvement goes deeper than that. What do you mean? Isabella Campbell murder. Burnett Johnson was also involved in the Isabella Campbell murder. He and Isabella were lovers. And Isabella was the prime suspect in the Charles Smith murder. Oh yeah? You know what I'm getting at here? When we questioned Johnson yesterday and uncovered his past, he was the closest man to Providence that we had. And then he was killed just before he could find out the truth. Way to blow the case, Weaver. If we would have known the FBI questioned this guy, we would have done things a lot differently. Guess we should have informed the police sooner. A little late for that now. Listen, our job doesn't stop at investigating the crime. Preventing another one from happening is our top priority. I know, and I agree with you completely. That's why we came down here, even though I knew you'd give us hell. But either way, we want some info on the Burnett Johnson murder. Providence has to be tied to this, and we need all the info we can get to stop him. Yeah, after all the help you've been to the police up to now. Detective Martinez, please, tell us what you know about the homicide. Fine. What do you want to know? I want to know about the murder. Give us some details on the Burnett Johnson murder. His bullet wounds in his chest. Pistol was found clutched in Johnson's right hand after he was killed, and there are signs of return fire. There's another reenactment of the serial killings 19 years ago. A famous businessman like Johnson was killed back then in almost the exact same way. Is this related to Providence murders? His calling card was found next to the body. Another eye, Providence. Are you all still checking out the crime scene? We're done for now. His body was taken in for an autopsy. Would you let us take a look at the crime scene? I don't see why not. Just make it quick. I'll let you know if we find anything. You better. Wait here, Kate. Alright? I'm in the CEO's office at Johnson & Co. Not much time has passed since the incident, so the smell of blood still lingers. Is blood. My other side is showing the past. Why was Burnett Johnson killed? I have to know what happened. Well, already I can see the chair was fucking flipped over. Alright, so first things first. There's blood. Blood on the floor. Whose blood is it? Actually, no, it could be a struggle. There's no guarantee that it's the victim. This must be for receiving guests. It's a sturdy, stable chair. Chair has fallen over just after the incident. Did the forensics team move it? No, it's probably covering up that there was a struggle, so the perpetrator probably put it back in its place. I feel something? Alright, alright. I have to make it like the past. Knock that shit down. Boom. Alright, what are we gonna see? Alright, there's a dude with a gun, wearing a hood. He got shot. Coughed up the blood. Yeah, I don't know if that's our dude, Burnett. I kinda doubt that. I saw someone was at the criminal. What happened? He coughed up blood. His blood. As he stood up, he put his hand on the chair and pushed it over. Yeah, I think that, this could be a double homicide, but the guy probably just walked. And we don't know where he is. Phone on the table. Alright, anything else that is remarkably different? Yes! This right here. Oh, that's terrible. Look at that right there. Is there anything of a note about this drawer? No. Well, just curious. This one's, for sure different, though. Huh. Wait, that's a bullet hole. Bullet hole. The forensics team took away the bullet. And, this needs to be moved back. Ornament of a baseball on a bat. Forensic team has investigated this, and the ball is scratched. Did the forensic team move this to investigate the bullet hole? I feel something. You feel what? You feel balls? That's what you're feeling? If I put the ornament back in its place... See, I get why that this is a thing, but at the same time, it's like... Can I, like, rotate it? Oh. I get why that's a thing, but it's at the same time, it's like... do you really need a mini game to just, like, slide a thing? So a dude was dying on the desk and shot someone standing next to the baseball. So this definitely happened after the chair, I think. I wanna say... Maybe? Grinnell made Burnett hold a gun. Why? I see, this ball might also be linked to the murder. It's possible. I don't know. We got things, anything here that's different. There's blood. A large blood stain on the desk. Burnett must have been killed here. Okay, I'm looking for two different differences. I'm caught on this chair. Okay, gotta move around it. Oh shit. Unusual semicircular desk. Oh wait, no, it's that like triangular thing. That's the phone. Designed with the receiver in a different color. Bernard Johnson used this phone, and someone put it back. I feel something. Alright, what am I gonna see? Well, first I need to actually move the phone to its proper place. If I take it off... See, that's like... See, that's what I was expecting out of, like, the other things in the room. Difference between this and the phone in my other sight. Oh. Well, I could just see the number. 155550164. Who is it? Who am I gonna call? No one's answering the phone, just ringing. Never seen this number before. So a dude was talking. Burnett Johnson is probably that dude. And then a dude came in from the restroom. I was like, I'ma shoot you. And then Johnson was like, no, I don't want to be shoot. I'm not Providence. Oh, it's some dude who thought he was Providence. Or maybe this is Providence being like, yo, fucking gotta make this. Yep, it's Providence. Gotta make this look like a Providence job. Alright, that was probably the first thing that happened. Burnett noticed something as he was on the phone and stood up. A criminal came in through the washroom, and then Burnett was killed. High Providence, so the criminal was Providence? Can I go in the restroom then? Or is there something different over here? Anything of note? Anything of interest? I'm not seeing... What an interesting game of spot the difference this is. Nothing different with the computer. Nothing looks different on his desk, at the very least, unless I can go in the bathroom and check out what's happening. Unless I didn't look at the TV. Oh. TV monitor built into the wall, the power is off. Well, fuck. Where's the restroom? There's the restroom. Yeah, I can investigate this too. Washroom. It's bigger than I thought. What's this? Anything in here? Anything in this? No. 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 Then why... Oh. Hello there, sink. I feel something. I'm able to turn on the water by turning the tap. And just turn it. What am I gonna see? Alright, so the dude is probably shot at this point. He's just slapping his mouth. Criminal turned on the tap and then he swallowed something. I've seen all the past visions. If I reenact everything in order, I should get to the truth. What happened first? Well, the phone definitely happened first, and the faucet happened last. Alright, so this is Burnett getting shot. I think it's the baseball that happens next, because then, like, Burnett shoots him, and then he falls on the chair and coughs up blood, and then goes into the bathroom. I think that's what happened. Unless I'm getting the two events mixed up and it's actually chair then baseball, but I think it's baseball then chair. Because, like, dude has to get shot. And this is where the baseball is where the actual shooting happens. Alright, so then it's the chair. Wait, no, that's not him getting shot. What the fuck am I... No, he's just getting sick. That was... the baseball thing was just making it look like self-defense? Or something? I don't know why the fuck he made him shoot the gun. It's confusing. I'd make for a bad FBI man, or detective is what I'm learning. Just be born with supernatural powers. That's the trick. The real trick of being an FBI man is just be born better with supernatural abilities. They all have it. It's just a insider secret. They'll never tell. Killer was coughing up blood in my vision, I'm sure of it. It looks like he was sick. If the man I saw was Providence, he must be sick. And not just sick in the head, but also sick of the body. All done. What'd you find in there? Blood stain. What about it? I don't think the blood came from a gunshot wound. It's almost like someone coughed up that blood. And if the killer is sick, the lab results should be huge. Got it. I'll let him know about that in forensics. I'll tell him to keep an eye out for any blood other than the victim's. Thanks. That'll do it for us. Hey. Yeah? You don't look so hot, Weaver. Everything okay? Fine. We'll be in touch. What'd you find out about, at the Burnett crime scene? I had a vision of the crime, but I couldn't see the killer's face. What do you mean? Was he wearing a mask or have his back to you, or something? Not exactly. His face was blurred in the vision, couldn't even make out a profile. Weird. Did that ever happen to you before? No, and that makes me curious. What if it's me, and I've just been blacking out? Be some fucking David Cage ass shit right there. Fuck him. I could see the killer clearly in all my other visions. And this one in particular was coughing up blood after he killed Johnson. So that's what you were talking about with Detective Martinez. Right. Johnson also yelled out something before he was shot. He said, "No, I'm not Providence." Which means the killer might have thought he was killing Providence. Yeah. So if he wasn't Providence, then who is? This gets more complicated by the minute. Tell me about it. But this seems to be another reenactment of the murders from 19 years ago. This must be the reenactment of what happened 19 years ago. When comparing records, it looks like the Burnett murder is nearly identical to the fourth killing back then. Duke Desmond was the fourth to be killed 19 years ago, and Duke fired back at the killer, just like Burnett did. But that's not actually what happened. Burnett Johnson didn't fire back. I saw everything in the vision. Killer put a pistol in Johnson's hand and fired it after Johnson was already dead. Really? But the victim's bullets didn't hit the killer in either case. You got anything else, Kate? Is there anyone tied to Duke Desmond that we could question? His assistant? A man named Edgar McDowell? He might be able to give us some details. I'll run a check on his current whereabouts. Great. And we can't forget about Basslock, the last thing Johnson said to us. I'll check the database. It says that here there was a robbery called Basslock. A large amount of cash was stolen on September 22nd, 1976. There was an armored car attacked in Clockford. It was carrying $1 million from Basslock Jewelry on 12th Street. That was 34 years ago, so that was a lot of money back then. That's all I could find in the database. Pretty strange, isn't it? It's like the investigation just stopped at partway through. Records just vanish. When Johnson told us about Basslock, it was after we suspected him of being Providence. We better look a lot deeper into this Basslock thing. And then there's that picture we found at the Isabella crime scene. I'll bet the 4 people in that picture are connected to Basslock somehow. Maybe. Let's keep digging. Picture's pretty old. It's hard to tell what's what. Look at this thing. But Isabella treasured it, enough to keep it in a safe. So it has to be a valuable piece of a puzzle. Maybe it's maybe with some dirt on them? Who knows? Right. There has to be a secret tied in this picture. We'll have to find out when it was taken and just who's in it. What do you want to do first? Let's check into Basslock. After that, we'll ask around to find out who's in the picture. Too bad we can't even make out a face as it is now. Looks like a job for Maureen. Great idea. After that, we gotta check out Desmond Real Estate. Yeah, building's probably still there. Let's go take a look. Sick. We need more time. Let's move, Kate. Are we gonna update the boss on our investigation first? You know he'll yell at us later if we don't. Alright. We'll go talk to Henry before we leave. Morning, boss. Cough. Are you okay, sir? Buster Wolf. Just a little throat problem. Nothing serious. But you don't look well. Maybe we should get you to the hospital. I'm fine. Oh man, he's got a throat problem, coughing shit up, and the killer just coughing blood up. Are you gonna tell me this guy did it? Stop thinking about hospitals and start thinking about finding Providence. That's the medicine I need, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Sorry, I said that. It's just... He, too, would also have all the records for Providence, right? Did you hear me asking for apologies? Now let me hear about the investigation. Well, the closest match we had to Providence ended up dead. I'm not that out of it, Weaver. You got a suspect for the Burnett murder? See, if this was, like, real life, there would be no reason to suspect him because, like, dude, people get sick all the time. But this is a fucking story with limited characters. And him coughing up, and him coughing right after we learn that the killer's, like, sick and coughing up blood. There's a reason for that. Either he is the killer, or it's a deliberate red herring. One or the other. It feels like at this point the game is like, either you catch it or you don't. Not yet. The police are looking into it. And what are you two planning to do about it? We're going to check into the Basslock incident. Basslock? Name's vaguely familiar. What's so special about this Basslock? Brenna Johnson mentioned it before he died. Told us to check into it. What for? It's a robbery that took place 34 years ago in Providence might be connected. At least that's what we're thinking. What else? We're going to look into any possible connections to the four victims had to each other. That could give us a motive for Providence. A motive? Jay, this guy was a nutjob killer, a psychopath who got his jollies by slaughtering innocent people. Even so, I think it's worth checking out every angle. You always told us that's the only way we'll get our killer. And thanks to that advice, we uncovered some new evidence at the Isabella crime scene. Yeah, what was it? Picture Isabella was hiding. We took it to forensics for analysis. Sounds like this investigation is moving along fairly well. But don't get lazy, you're at a crucial stage of the case here. Keep me informed. Oh, you would like to know, wouldn't you? Got it. Alright, so I can go to the Desmond Real Estate. Looks like just be down the street. So this is where the fourth victim was killed. Duke Desmond. Hey. It's locked, Jay. There's something on the door, Kate. Take a look. Please contact me if you have any questions. Edgar McDowell, Offices of MNC Associates. Edgar McDowell. That's the guy we need. Wasn't he Duke Desmond's assistant? Maybe. But it looks like Edgar's company is in charge of this building. There is also a phone number. 215-555-0149. Place is in Knockwood. Let's go check it out. Okay. You got the phone number of MNC Associates. Offices of MNC Associates. I want to get a look at the crime scene. How are we supposed to get in? Well, let's try calling first. I don't fucking know. Thank you for calling MNC Associates, the answering machine. Today our offices will be open in the afternoon only. We apologize for any inconvenience. Your feedback is very valuable to us, so please leave us a message after the tone. Go fuck yourself. Apparently they'll be closed all morning. Can I just, like, go there and be like, yo, what up? Open up. I guess this is MNC Associates. Door's locked, Jay. What's that on the doorknob? It's an out of office plate. Guess I'll have to stop by later. Alright, cool. See, it's shit like this, like Minerva Theater, where it's like, unless I'm going back there at some point, it makes no fucking sense to still have that on the thing. The thing. The options on the map. Alright, is there anything in forensics? Maybe? If it's not forensics, then maybe I'll check homicide. There's gotta be some shit to do in the morning before it opens up. Maureen, we've got something for you to analyze. What is it? An item? Photograph. Right. I forgot that I actually needed to do this. We need to run a check on this picture. Here you go. Wow, this is old. And pretty old and pretty faded in places. It's found at the crime scene of the Isabella Campbell murder from 19 years back. You got new evidence? Yeah, for the original Providence murders. Picture in this condition isn't easily to analyze. It's gonna take a lot of time and make some gray hair. For the typical forensics expert, anyway. But I imagine someone like you could do wonders with it. You always know just what to say, don't you? Fine, I'll get on it right away. And you probably want a restored copy to use for questioning, right? That would be great. Okay then. To switch gears a little, I'm wondering if you'd answer some questions about the Burnett Johnson murder. Of course. Can you tell me what you know about the Burnett Johnson murder? Lena's pretty frustrated about it since we haven't found a witness. He said we don't have a clear picture of how the criminal got in yet. It's not easy with such scant evidence, but we're running a careful analysis of those blood stains. I did find something interesting at the crime scene, though. The phone was in use before Johnson was killed. The phone? Did you find out who Johnson was talking to on the phone? Apparently he was talking to someone on a payphone. Somewhere in Grand Park, I believe. Gotta get to Grand Park. Phone number I saw in the vision was to a payphone. Why would Johnson be calling a payphone in Grand Park? Maybe the guy in Grand Park? What was his name? Roger? Do you know anything about the Basslock incident? Basslock. Definitely heard of it. It's an unsolved robbery case. Robbers apparently vanished with a ton of money. I read a new old newspaper article about it back in school. But that's the extent of my knowledge, I'm afraid. Alright. I'm gonna go hit up Grand Park then. Sounds like a good plan. I'm counting you for that picture, Maureen. Don't worry, I'll call you when it's done. Well, I've got a lead.